Omaricha, the beautiful one. You are watching. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I want to round up. Facebook is fighting me. They are disturbing this video. That is it. They were cutting off. They were cutting me off. I will come up. I will keep coming up. It's well with you. I love you, Omalicha. You are a great woman. So lovely. You love Biafra, and Biafrans love you too. Share. Loves in my brother. You're welcome on board. Yes, my people, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Facebook. All these errors in Lagos. I told them, I promised them, if they stop my video 10 times, I will come up 20 times. Until I am done saying everything that I want to say. Your job is to share this video. Oluchi, Nenna Ekoma, Adam Bise, you're welcome on board. Yes, you're welcome on board. Dennis, Okbala Ojiego, na Ajidekwe Ego Biafra, you're welcome. Ndewo nwannem, ndewo Adam Bise. You see why I am waiting for people to join this live video. I still want to touch some things that we need to know, because this man, some people say, President, stop talking about him. Stop talking about him. He said nobody knew him. No, I will not stop talking about him. This struggle have different branches. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be a backman, be an attacker, be a midfielder, be a striker, and come and be goalkeeper. It is not done. It is not done. It is never done. Obi, I don't know you, but let me bring you up to see what you have to say. Oh, Stella Obi, you wanted to join me on this live broadcast. Send the request again. Let me bring you in. Maybe you have something to say, or you want to counter what I'm saying. Then I'll come up with more evidences that this man, Oraka, is a nobody. This man, Oraka, is a nobody. I am telling you. He is a nobody. Nobody knew him. So what I'm trying to say is this: those people that are asking me to stop talking about this man, that are making him popular, he doesn't want it, blah blah blah. No. We have to talk to him, because our boss, Our boss. Our boss, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, will not be a striker, be a player, be a defender, and be a goalkeeper at the same time. It's not done. He will be playing his own role. Each and every one of us will be playing our own role too. Therefore, whenever anybody that thinks that he or she have arrived, come up to tarnish the image and to spoil the work that we have done in this struggle, I personally, if I spot on you, if I find out that you are a distractor, that you have come to separate us, to bring problem among us, I will attack you. When the man guys put out a serious attack, are you getting it? So this Magnus Oraka, people that knows him should warn him to desist from attacking IPOB. IPOB is not an Igbo affair. IPOB is not an Urobo affair. IPOB, when you mention IPOB, you are talking about indigenous people of Biafra. As a matter of fact, from today, I cease from mentioning that IPOB, that Biafrans are 75 million people. It's a very big lie. I have done my own personal analysis and findings. I have come to realize, I have come to in conclusion that IPOB, Biafrans are more than 100 million people. I beat my chest while saying it. We are more than 100 million people. When I'm talking about Biafra, I'm talking about Biafrans home and abroad. If all Biafrans in Germany, Denmark, Spain, Italy, Jordan, UK, US, Canada, Jamaica, all over the world is being counted, my brother, we will be more than 120 million even. And when a nobody, it was IPOB that made him popular. Because when he was talking about Biafra supporting Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB were the people who were pushing him up, who were supporting him, who were sharing his videos, who were hailing him. I don't want to know. I don't want to talk about his personal affair for now until he come up with something that will provoke me. If there are people that are sending him money, if I request for information about any IPOB that have sent him money, if I request for it, 24 hours, only 24 hours, I will have the informations. So somebody should tell him to just go and sit down the way Asare is sitting down now. Asare was, talking, people were hailing him. Asare is good, Asare is that. Everybody, where is Asare? He is seated now. Blue Jack came up. Hey, Blue Jack. He was making noise, talking here and there, making go. Where is Blue Jack? Blue Jack is seated. And so many others that have come like him. IPOB, we are like palm tree. Nkwenu. That palm tree that is planted by the riverside, that bears fruits at all seasons. That is who we are. Ayaburongo. However, the warning I'm giving to him is to desist from insulting IPOB. If you want to prove his doggedness, if you want to prove his love for Biafra restoration, he should go and set up any group that he wants, freedom fighting group, and lead them from the side of Urobo. It will be very sweet if Oraka is leading all the Urobo people to support the struggle. Then is it White Jack or Blue Jack? Is reading people from River State. Asare is reading some people from Bayelsa, and we'll have someone else. With all the within the river areas, we'll have people that are leading all our people from there. By the time we come together and march as one people, something great will happen. Something great will happen. But I know where all these things are coming from. Somebody is somewhere, tuning all these problems, all this insult that is being meted against IPOB. Somebody somewhere. and I know him. That is Ralph Uwazurike. Raphael Uwazurike, Uwagezugike, Gwangazuike. You are the person that has spoiled the mind of Asare Dokubo. Apart from that interview that our leader gave to the Israeli national television that provoked him, you are the next person, Uwazurike, that have engineered him. You poured your venom of hatred upon him to hate Nnamdi Kanu. He started speaking against Nnamdi Kanu. But I think people have given him advice, and now he is quiet. He have sat somewhere. You, Oraka, who are you? Who knows you? What have you done? Common zonal coordinator. What is zonal coordinator? Common unit coordinator. Common 1 unit coordinator of IPOB is more important than you. Whether the coordinator is from Urobo, whether it's from Ishikiri, whether it's from Anag, as long as somebody is a unit coordinator, you coordinated a unit, they are more greater than you. We have a sister, Efe, from Urobo. She is doing greatly well. You cannot be matched with Efe, the lady living in France, with what Efe have done so far in this struggle. Magnus Oraka, I don't know if you drink kai kai and you come out and you're talking rubbish. You don't even reason. You can't lead up to 150 people out of your village to join the struggle. You look at Efe. Efe is doing great, speaking to our people in your own dialect, convincing them. Here you jump out from God nowhere, talking rubbish, trying to show us that you have arrived. But you are a nobody. Biafrans, you see Uwazurike. Uwazurike, his current, what do you call it? His current interview, where he said that Nnamdi Kanu is a coward. That Nnamdi Kanu is a coward. That Nnamdi Kanu should come back and fight for Biafra from Nigeria. And these are the kind of people that are liaising with a Blue Jack, with Asare Dokubo, and with Oraka, Magnus Oraka. Uwazurike is the one who is engineering them, who is trying to spoil their belief and their love over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But all of them, they have all failed on arrival, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done something that their generation, their 1 million generation cannot do. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only freedom fighter in record that stood in a court of a sitting president, in a high court of a sitting president, and told him that you cannot jail me. You are not educated enough to jail me. No other person. I put it as a challenge for someone to bring forth another freedom fighter who have done that. No other person. If Nnamdi Kanu was a coward, when he announced that he was coming to Nigeria, he wouldn't have come. It's not just that he came. He announced his arrival. He said, I'm going to come. And I'm coming through Nigeria International Airport in Lagos. Muritana Mohammed International Airport. He announced the dates of his arrival. Somebody say Antonio Nadi. He's my friend. Tony Nadi is my friend on Facebook. I followed him. I have argued with him. But let me keep the issue of Tony Nadi by the side and address this Oraka and give him and tell him where he's getting all this his hatred, whatever ideologies from, which is from Ralph Uwazurike. Now I'm talking to Ralph Uwazurike. Ralph Uwazurike, Nnamdi Kanu, that you are calling small boy, that you are talking ill of, talking rubbish, have stood before the court of jurisdiction and told the court that the judge cannot jail me, the president cannot jail me, that they are not educated enough. They are not educated enough to jail him. For your own information, in case you have not seen the video, in case you have not watched it, I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to show you, for you to know that Aina Agwo Onere. Here is Nnamdi Kanu in the court. This is Nnamdi Kanu in the court. That is Nnamdi Kanu talking. Can you hear him? Do you hear him? Do you hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Do you see him? The man that was wicked is calling names, calling a coward that he ran away. Watch him. That is a great man, the fearless son of the fearless father. That is a warrior ruling in the court. Mad. Tell Buhari that I say so that he's mad. He cannot join me. Yes. Yes, my people. You see, on a man I go there. We don't talk because we want to talk. I am not an entertainer. I have not come to make you happy. I have come to tell you the truth. I have come to give it to you raw, the way it is. If you have not listened to this, go to my wall. I shared it. Go to my wall. Prince Darlington is my name on Facebook. Bracket Chukwubikem. You will see where he was talking to the president when he was still alive, that he was mad, that he cannot jail him. Who is Ralph Wazuke to say that Nnamdi Kanu is a coward? Odogwu is not a coward. He's a great man. He announced of his arrival. He came. He fought. He was on the streets. I was with him all through. So when people like Magnus Oraka face camera and start talking rubbish, calling IPOB the great IPOB, the greatest movement on this planet Earth, on this surface Earth, that they are media warriors, that they should bring the fight on, the real fight. When Hausa Fulani are in his backyard killing his people, when they are sucking the oil from his father's land, they are only pipeline guards. The contract given to them are his people from his village are only pipeline. And the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a great man who is leading this movement, have come out and open windows and doors for everybody to come in, so that we'll march together as one people. You have the effronteries, the audacity, the temerity to say that IPOB are bringing problem. You have a very big lock that did not even mention Mazi Nnamdi Kanu name. I swear to God, if you had mentioned his name, I will skin you alive. Live on this video. Mbagoto, because no Biafra, let me drink. I'm not wearing any mask, and I don't have any hole in my neck. People can see it. You see, I don't have any hole, so I'm not wearing mask. I'm real. So let me drink water, please. Thank you. Now I want to talk to my brothers from the Riverine area. All my brothers and sisters that will watch this video. I made this video because I want to correct that impression, that notion from Oraka that IPOB are ordinary freedom media warriors. What IPOB have done, because of IPOB, is why you people are still living peacefully in your community now, despite the little shakings you're having. IPOB is the reason why the whole world the whole world satellite is beamed on Nigeria. IPOB is the reason why anybody that you see in abroad talking about Biafra is because of IPOB. That media warrior he called IPOB is the reason why Hausa Fulani are afraid of us. That is the reason why they have not invaded us. They are planning to invade us, but they know that we are warriors. We are not like Yoruba people, which IBB even testified. IBB said that if he is sleeping and he heard a war song, if you wake up and notice that it's Yoruba people that are playing that war song, that he's going to go back and sleep. He doesn't dare. He can't dare talk like that about Igbos. He shouldn't. He will not even try it. He won't try it. So we are great people. My brothers, my sisters from the Riverine area, if you are in this struggle because you want Biafra to come, be in this struggle with your open heart. Be in this struggle because you want Biafra to come. selflessly support the struggle, support the movement. You understand what I'm saying? Don't come to the struggle because you need money, because you think you can make money from the struggle. I am in position. I had opportunity. If I want to make money from this struggle, I will make money. But I have never touched IPOB money. I'm saying it on camera. I have never touched IPOB money. As the first national auditor of this struggle, ask of President Linton, ask in Enugu, ask in Anambra, ask in Imo, ask in Iguacha, ask all over Biafra land. I don't touch money. I'm not in position of touching IPOB money, and I don't touch, and I don't want to touch. Whatever help I get from this struggle are personal help from those who appreciate what I'm doing. Like this phone I'm using to make this broadcast, I'm using to make this broadcast now, is given to me by a Biafran. I can't deny it. A Biafra bought me this phone from Japan. The second one I used to show you this video was also bought for me by a Biafran also from America. Onyembise. I don't want to mention his name because I love Mbise people so much, but some people doesn't understand. Anywhere I go, as long as Biafra land is concerned, once I enter there, I must see one person that knows me, that knows the work I am doing for this struggle. I have entered so many drinking bar. Why I take one bottle of beer drinking, I will see 7 bottles or 8 bottles in my front. I'll ask what is happening. The waiter will say, some people send it to you. Before I know it, it is IPOB members. Umuchineke, the people that I'm proud of. I've entered into eateries to enjoy myself. While I'm seated eating a plate of rice and chicken, somebody have already, ordered for some things for me. I entered into some mama put joint, make I eat. Before I know it, people have paid my money. I have been to a market to buy something, to buy a shoe. The shoe that I wanted to buy. Somebody that knew me came and said, how much do you have? I said, I have so amount of money. He took out his pocket, he brought money. I said, but I don't know you. He said, but I know you. These are the benefits that I am getting from the struggle. I am not begging for it. I worked and they appreciate me. But those that are coming with the intention of duping people, siphoning people, stealing from people, once they try and it fail, they come back, start insulting IPOB, start insulting everybody. This is how it is. Dubem Iman Nebe, you were once my PA. We worked together during those days of my audit. You can bear me witness. When I enter a place, even sometimes when I want to lodge in a hotel, an IPOB member will come and pay. Say, President, you're not going to pay, I will pay. It has happened in Iguacha, happened in Anambra, happened in Enugu, happened in Asaba. How many times will I count it? Because I am not a money monger. My hands are clean. My record is straight. My boss, Nnamdi Kanu, I know you are going to watch this video. You know what I'm saying is truth. I am not in this struggle because I want to make money. I am not here to praise myself. Neither am I here to make you to think that I'm good. But I'm here to tell you the truth. That Magnus Oraka and co, those people who come into this struggle because they want money, you will fail. And once that channel which the money they are looking for is no longer coming, they come, they change, they turn upside down, they started fighting. I plead to you, my people, all my brothers and sisters from the Reverend area, to desist from this antagonism. This notion of Igbos are much in number in the struggle. It is not our fault that God made us, create us to be more, to be numerous in number. In the so-called Nigeria, they say that Igbos are the 3rd largest ethnic group in Nigeria. But I must tell you that we are number 1. We are not the 3rd. If it is properly counted, If the Nigeria census is properly counted, we are going to be number 1. That is the reason why the former Nigeria Census Board was sacked. The former chairman of Nigeria Census Board, that is one of the reasons he was sacked. Festus Odumegwu. You can Google Festus Odumegwu, you know who he is. We have history, well packed. We are endowed with history. As long as you are closer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and listening to him, you will know things you are not taught in school. Mazi Festus Odumegwu was removed as the Nigeria Census Board chairman because he wanted to expose that lie, to make the people know, to let the whole world know that we are more numerous in number than the people from the Sahel region. When you talk, they will tell you that 75% of Nigeria land, land is the north. And so fucking what? And so fucking what? What has the land mass got to do with the numeric number of the inhabitants? Nothing. Okay, now let me bust your brain. Do you know that Sudan is Nigeria times 3? Do you know that Libya is bigger than Nigeria in landmass? Do you know that Tunisia is bigger than Nigeria in landmass? Ethiopia is bigger than Nigeria in landmass. Should I continue mentioning? How many will I count? How many will I not count? But when you talk about inhabitants, about people living in this land, we, the Igbos, the Biafrans of Igbo extraction, are highest in number because we are everywhere in the whole world. So when somebody come from Ijo, come from Ikwere, come from Anang, and you are nurturing this in choncho jealousy that Igbo people are big, they are more this and that. If Biafra come, they will dominate us. Come out of that shell, because such a thing will not happen. Biafra is going to be a nation of who knows it better, has the position. Who does it better, leads others. There's going to be a very big competition. That is why in Nigeria, what do you call it? In Nigeria academic record today, the Igbos are still taking first, taking second, taking third. Anambra, Imo, Enugu, first, second, and third. So when you come out from the other side of Biafra, the riverine area, and you are nurturing this feeling that Igbo will intimidate you, Igbo will do this, Igbo will do that, let me lecture you a little bit. We are not going to intimidate you because it is not in our nature. Igbos have never conquered anybody on this planet Earth. We believe in live and let's live. Ebe bere, ugo bere. So when they come out, those people that have been bought by the Hausa Fulani, those people that money have been given to spoil the mind of their fellow brothers, they will ferment trouble. They will come up and say, see, you don't see them. They are plenty more than us. They will subdue us. They will intimidate us. They will deal with us. They will do that. They will do that. Listen, meritocracy is what is going to have the day in Biafra, not autocracy. Once you are doing anything by merit, you have every qualification by merit, you have the position. By the way, have you ever thought that we, the Igbo Biafran speaking part, are not interested in government? Give us seaport, give us airport, give us good road, give us steady power supply, and leave the rest for us. We will flourish. We will do great exploits. So I am talking to you because we are one people. Don't forget that 5 states was given to Nnamdi Kanu. He refused to take. He said, I'm not going with 5 states. Because I have my brothers, I have my sisters somewhere in this Biafra land where you want to carve out. They started carving us out from creation of region. From there, they started creating states. They say the river state, cross river. They started dividing us, making us, bringing us in chunk, turning us to mushroom, so that they will be able to rule over us. But when it is time for war, they will put all of us together. The Biafra we are going to have is a Biafra whereby every region is going to be carved. We have to manage whatever resources they have. By the way, which resources are we even talking about, if not the oil that the people from the riverine area are hoping on? I am praying that the oil should dry. Chukwubikem is praying that the oil should dry. A Biafran from Imo State have used water, O202. Use water to generate power. According to my boss, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if I push you, I show you where to fall. I want you to Google Kpakpando Akeze. Please Google Kpakpando Akeze. She was 17 years old when she used ordinary water to generate power. That is the wisdom, the brain that God gave the Biafrans. I repeat, Kpakpando Akeze. Please Google it. Because we are not interested in your oil. We are not interested in your oil. Take your oil. We don't need it. We have our own. But we are not interested in it. We are interested in human resources, natural human resources, which is the human brain. That is what we are interested in. That is why the youngest scientist on earth, as of 2017, was an Igbo girl, Kpakpando Akeze. That an Igbo girl was the youngest pilot on earth as of 2017-2018. I want you also to Google Kimberly Anyadike. Hello. It's not only our boys that knows history. There's no how a lion will begat a dog. There's no how a dog will begat a chicken. It's impossible. So when you people come out looking down on Igbos, thinking that because of our numeric number, we are going to intimidate you, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. You are doing yourself, because when Biafra comes, whatever you have, you use it to generate whatever income, and use it to build your own side. That is it. If you have Googled Kimberly Anyadike, Googled Kpakpando Akeze, then you will know what I'm talking about. Because a man from Anambra will not go to Enugu to be a police DPO. No. You have to practice in your state. Our security is going to be the best. So that when there is a problem between two brothers and sisters, one way or the other, two of them related to you, you handle the case. Thank you, my brother Samuel. However it is, we are not going to be like the zoo. Never, ever, ever. We cannot be like the zoo, Nigeria. Never, ever. So those people who are coming from the riverine area, thinking that when Biafra come, we are looking for their oil, we are going to suppress them, we are going to do what have we got to do with their oil? If you don't know about a man, the man that built Z600, Ezekiel Izuogo, Google it. He's an Igbo man. The first indigenous car, black car made in Africa. Ezekiel Izuogo. Google it. When you Google it, you will know when we, the Igbos of Biafran of Igbo extraction, how great we are with our knowledge, with our brain. It is a gift from above. Do not join the wagon of those idiots who are saying we are in for their oil. If you are from the riverine area, if you don't see Igbo man as your brother, you are doing yourself, because an Hausa man cannot even see you as a Rivers person when it is time for war. A Fulani man cannot see you, cannot even, what they call all of us is Igbo. That is why during the time of Goodluck Jonathan, go and check the history. During the time of Goodluck Jonathan, in their mosque, their Afar or whatever they call him, called them in Sokoto, called them in Kaduna, called them in Katsina, and said, he started asking them, who killed Tafawa Balewa? They say Igbo. Who killed Sardauna Sokoto? They say Igbo. Who killed Okotiebo? They say Igbo. Who is Jonathan? They say Igbo. Hello. If you want, I will dig up all these facts for you to see with your two opticals. They tagged Jonathan Igbo because they don't want Hausa people. They don't want Hausa people. They do not want Hausa people to vote for Jonathan. They have tagged him Igbo. And now, when they were asking that question, who killed Tafawa Balewa? They say Igbo. Who is the Igbo man they are talking about? That is Chukwuma Nzogu. Chukwuma Nzogu is from Opanam, from Anioma. Chukwuma Basusu Igbo. Anioma be Igbo. The way they share the country now, they say South. All of us knew that there's something like South. That Chukwuma that we are talking about now, they called him Igbo. That is the one that led the what they call it, the coup, the 1966 coup. They said that he's the one that led it. That is an Igbo man, and that's why they kill a lot of us. But when they come down here to take what belongs to us, they begin to divide us. They begin to divide us. So if you are coming from the riverine area where they call South today, or where they call Niger Delta, and you are believing that an Igbo man is your problem, people like Oraka will come out and tell you, leave this IPOB. Now Igbo, they are doing it. Igbo people own. They are claiming that it belongs to them. Do not listen to such people, because Hausa Fulani have paid them. They were paid to do the dirty job, and they are doing it. But people like me, President Linton, I will never ever be alive and see anybody who will come and speak ill of IPOB. This hallowed movement that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have fought to bring to this stage where we are today. I can never. Today, as I'm talking to you, Edo people are begging to join Biafra. Yes, I repeat, they are begging, they are interested in Biafra. And we can march together with Edo people. We don't have any problem with Edo people. So when people like Magnus Oraka come out and speak and say that Biafra, that the IPOB are the people bringing issue to this struggle, I'm asking the question: which struggle, please? Which struggle? The one that your father or your mother initiated? The struggle that at a point people were afraid, we are scared to say that they were Biafra. The struggle that the people, that the Nigerian government tagged a terrorist organization. You ran away. You ran into your wife's pants. You ran under your wife's wrapper. You hide. You hid yourself. Men were in the war front taking bullets, marching on the street from Ebonyi State to Imo State, from Imo State to Anambra State, from Anambra State to Rivers State. Oraka, can you host 200 people rally in the name of Biafra in any part of your community? Can you? Yeah. I mean, 200 people march out on the street and support you. You are in the front, they carry Biafra flag. Or you be speaking it in your language. Say that yes, we are looking for Biafra, we want Biafra. Right in your land, in Urobo land, can you do it? It is a challenge. Whenever I want to send a message or a challenge to somebody, I'll use this. These talks that you see, all from call. I am challenging you to host a rally in Warri or anywhere in Urobo land with Biafra flag, Bring out 200 people. Magnus Oraka, I am talking to you. Bring out 200 people, only 200 people. Bring them out and stand with Biafra flag. Just walk only but 10 kilometers. Video it, post it online. Then after then you will have the temerity, you have the audacity to open your mouth to say that IPOB are bringing problem to the struggle. Then you can even have right to say that we are media warrior, because by then you have shown us that you are no longer a media warrior, which is what people used to know you. You were fighting through the media. Don't forget. You sit very comfortable in your house after eating your wife's banga soup. Eh? I don't want to sound like our leader, because our leader Mweliano, he have it. He have it. After eating your wife's banga soup, you carry toothpick, you pick everything. Then you come, you relax. You are watching video. You are watching yourself doing video. You know, you are talking blah 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 through media. People know you. You post. You praise Nnamdi Kanu. You praise Biafra. You praise everybody. At the end, when you think that people have known you, you come out. This is what they did to Asare Dokubo. I didn't know that Asare Dokubo was even right. Right what? Who is Asare Dokubo? Ordinary pipeline guard in a contract. Do you know that Asare Dokubo you are emulating or you are talking good of does not have one single property in Nigeria? I know his house in Benin Republic. I know there. I know his school in Benin Republic. How many people from the riverine area of Biafra did Asare Dokubo give job? None, because he went and invested in another person's land, and he's here talking. And you have the effort to come here online to be talking to people, to be talking to a great nation of over 100 million. Please, I use this video to plead our leader to stop saying that Biafra is 70 million people, or any member of IPOB. It is high time we correct this notion. It's high time we correct this mistake. We are over 100 million. Go to Senegal. We have no less than 15,000 Biafrans in Senegal. Only Senegal. We have no less than, what is 15,000? Am I crazy? No less than 30,000 Biafrans in Senegal. Only Senegal. Go to Ghana. Go anywhere in the world. Then when they hear Igbo man is leading a movement, all of them will be shivering. We have never conquered anybody, and nobody is going to conquer us. There this article about the Igbo landing that I posted on my wall. If you want to know more about history, you come to Radio Biafra London. You go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu page. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you need to be educated, if you need to be carried along, if you need your brain to be opened, if you need the world to see you as somebody who have common sense of reasoning, go to Radio Biafra London. Go to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu page. Then when people like Mazi Onyibe, Mazuche Mefo, our brother from Israel, the one from South Africa, and my humble self is talking, you listen and you ask question. Any question you bring up here right now, I will answer you. It's an open ballot. I will answer you to the best of my own knowledge. Those that I don't know, I will say, okay, this I don't know. I will go and do research. My brothers and my sisters from the riverine area, stop believing this notion that we are going to intimidate you inside Biafra, because inside Biafra, it is to your tent, or Israel. The thing that is going to unite us is going to be our immigration, our military, our currency. In your own Ijaw land, you have your own law, your own language. You have everything in your own local dialect. Well, that's 70 times without number. Somebody is just telling me now that in Morocco, that over 20,000 Biafrans are in Morocco. I just read it online right now. Vincent Okechukwu just said it, that here in Morocco, over 20,000 Biafrans are there. It is high time. In fact, please, Biafrans, if you are watching this live video, any country you are living in the world, It's true that we have not counted ourselves, but if we have a little insight of the numbers of Biafra living within that country, post it here. Let us start from here to do a little calculation of how many million people we are. Because each time they say 75 million people, 70 million people, I will be thinking, these 75 million people, how many Biafrans, how many million people, how many million Biafrans are in the north? Only in the north, in Kaduna and Kano and Sokoto, how many? Magnus Ogaoraka he just woke up from nowhere and start talking rubbish, facing camera, talking rubbish. Abalanze, you are asking what did he do? He faced the camera and said that IPOB is a media warrior. He faced the camera to say that IPOB are bringing problem to this struggle. Now my question is, which struggle is he talking about? The one he is leading, or the one that he have built from scratch? Does any human being with decent mind, with reasoning, with reason capacity, destroy the house that he built? Does it work like that? I think I've answered your question. Whoever that bring question here, I will answer you why I'm still flowing, telling you what I'm telling you about us. Because God blessed us so much. This jealousy, this hatred is coming up because of the way God blessed us. Myself that is seated here talking to you. When Biafra come, you will see what I can do. No be say mouth. We are highly crafted. We are highly gifted. All of us, as long as you're a Biafran, from Ijo, from Ikwere, from Igbo, from Anango, as long as you're a Biafran, there is something deposited in you that is not in others, or another person that is born in another from another clan. We are peculiar people. We are special people. We are great. That is why I gave you the name of a girl you should go and check on the internet. Kimberly Anyadike and Baba Ndakeze. Only two can drop alone. Only two. Then I also added the name of the man that built the first black made car, Ezekiel Izuogo. Check it. Many of you knew it, but some of you doesn't know it. That is the reason why you should share this video, so that for those who doesn't know it should know it. We are one people, the same blood. The population of Biafrans in South Africa are too much. I lived in South Africa for years. I know what I am saying. That is it. So I refuse to agree or to accept that Biafra is only 70-something million people. I am putting it. I know my leader will watch this. To him, that we are more than 100 million. If we are counted, up to 120 million. We are great achievers, innovators. We are gurus in all our professions. What can't we do? Are you aware that currently, as I'm talking to you right now, Professor Maurice Iwu have invented a medicine to cure coronavirus? But he was trashed. They trashed him because he's an Igbo man. Are you aware of that? Okay, you're not aware of that. Okay. Noel Nzedibe said that Biafra in Turkey is about 11,000. There are 11,000 Biafrans in Turkey. You see, the census have not even started though. It has not started, but the numbers of the people living in other countries, Biafrans living in other countries, are coming up. I would like our leader to even do it as a challenge, that our people all over the world should come up with the number of our people living in those places, so that the world should see the number, the correct census of these people they are calling. Did they say that how did they even address Biafrans during the war? They say that we are just like a chunk of whatever in a map. And we are talking about 120-something million people, 120 million people, or let's say at least 100 million people, and you are addressing us as a chunk of a dot. Yes, they say that a dot in a map. all the people that are great in this world, if you count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you don't count a Biafran, then you are making a mistake. I will start with Philip Emeagwali, one of the 9 top scientists in the world, the man that built the fastest computer on earth. Bill Gates called him the father of internet himself. He's a Biafran. Are you aware? Okay, you don't know that the man that built the fastest computer on earth, computer processor on earth, is a Biafran. He's a Kakolos. The internet call him the Kakolos. The history, the record have never been beaten by anybody on earth, and nobody can beat it. You don't know that? Okay, now let me bust your brain once again. Do you know of a man called King Jaja of Opobo? King Jaja of Opobo was the first black man that exported palm oil to Europe. The first black man in the whole this land you call Africa, fraudulent named Africa, after a white man general, I mean a Roman general, Scipio Africanus, because our name should be Akebulan or Ethiopia. The first black man that lifted palm oil out of this land, out of this soil, is an Igbo man. Tell your children the history of who they are and who their forefathers are, and leave the rest. I swear to God, if what I knew now, if what I know now, I have known it for a long time. When I was in primary school, secondary school, oh my Chineke na bini ni wogo na puna. Aka me be gife. Because if I know the history, the story of my forefathers, what they have done, I will have more zeal to do greater than they have done. It is because of our great knowledge, wisdom given to us by Chukwu Kabiama that we were able to sustain and fought this war for 3 years without any help. Air, land, and sea blockade, we fought them down. University of Biafra, which is now University of Nigeria and Nsukka, produced the finest engineers, the finest scientists, that out of nothing created things that we used to fight the war. We used to fight the war. Are you people with me? Under bomb, under sherry, under gun, if they were killing us, but our engineers were busy building ammunitions. They were busy making, headways, creating things. During the war, during the Biafra war, my father told me that there was no scarcity of fuel for that 3 years. We were refining petrol right inside Biafra land. Our engineer built our own airports. We have airport at Uli. We have another one at Oga. For your information, for those of you who doesn't know, our father, our parents, they did all these things out of nothing. In fact, oh my goodness me, if we had, I don't know how to use this. If we have about 3 or 4 world powers as at 1967 giving us aid, supporting us, my dear, my brother, my sisters, but nobody, no help was coming, and our people, our fathers, our mothers, they were fighting. They were fighting with what they have produced. Dangote just build a refinery in Lagos with how many billion? Nigeria have been exporting crude oil, bringing in petrol for so many years now, over 60-something years. But Biafrans, under 3 years, were able to refine fuel within themselves. Who is that goes to us? I mean, when our brothers from the riverine area come up to tackle the Igbos, some of them are also Igbo, but they're tackling us. That is why I touch it to you. When they say that an Igbo man, when an Igbo man ignited that queue, they killed us. When they want to come and take our oil, they say that it's not from Igbo again. That is from Midwest. At the time, they say it's now from South. At the time, they don't call it Niger Delta. But it is because of the person that is from Niger Delta that the Igbo are massacred, as they call it. But we know that he is our brother. Our sister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is a world figure. I watched a video last week. I also shared it on my wall. She acknowledged herself as an Igbo woman. She was speaking impeccable Igbo language, undiluted. After Ngozi Chukwuka, Nyabu Okonjo, Ebona Nuzi Iweala or something. Do you see? She acknowledged herself as an Igbo woman. The Hannibal himself, Joseph Achuzie, see his name, Achuzie, is from Delta State. As they divided us and they share us, we are all one. Look at him, Chibike Amaechi, my namesake, Chukwubikem. They have cut him off to tell you people that he's not one of us, that is from South. But his name is Chibike. Nyesom Wike. And they are telling us that it's not our brother. When these people come online and talk in favor of Biafra, the next thing they will attract their paymasters. This one is gathering crowd. Let us use him. They will just call them, corner them, give them like 5 million or 3 million. Then automatically, bam, you don't change. Start talking nonsense overnight. Nnamdi Kanu, you are unbuyable. You are unbribable. You are Nwachineke. Whoever that is following you will never lose. You will never miss road. You are a great man. Upon all the promises that they gave to you, all the oil wells, all the presidential and vice presidential slots they gave to you, you stood on your ground. You said no, that you cannot bribe me with what I have, with my father's property. It will not work. I salute you, sir. I salute you. Look at this Nchoncho, Umokeno, Ngwere, Nochicha. Look at them. They just come and they feel that somebody have known them, that they have arrived. Bam, they give them 10,000, 20,000 naira. They have changed. My dear, it is not by accident that you are made an Igbo man. Not by accident. It was divinely projected. It was divinely projected by God Himself. And something is deposited inside you, each and every one of you. There was a day I was arguing with some people about the great minds of the Igbo extraction in Biafra. At the time, I brought up a lot of facts and figures, things that is visible to mankind, that you can see with your eyes. I'm not talking about things that somebody will just be telling you the story, but things that you can see. Today, our brother from Nnewi, Innocent Chukwuma, is building military armored personnel carriers, APS, for the Nigerian military. Are you aware? As I'm talking to you now, he is building it for them. They are paying him because they have no option. Igbos are like Nwangene. Ịgbarucha Nwangene ikuru Nwangene ṅụọ. Aka no say abana masonye nni. I'm sorry for those who doesn't understand this. It's a saying in Igbo language. No matter how you dirty the stream, if you swim in it or pour anything in it, at long run you will be thirsty. You have to go back to that stream and take water there and drink, because if not, you will die. That is why when we tell them that we want to go, they tell us we are not going anywhere. Ask yourself, how many Hausa people are building houses in the north? Ask yourself, why did they stop eBay to cement? Why did they collect his license from him? Ask yourself, why is all these things happening? Why is only Dangote that is being given license to import and trade on everything in Nigeria? As a matter of fact, I watched a man that spoke about Dangote wealth and everything, and I bought his ideas. He's a very, very intelligent man. Do you know what the man said? The man said that if the opportunity given to Dangote, he said if half of the opportunity given to Dangote is being given to him that is talking, that he will be the richest man in the world. Not in Africa, in the whole world, he will be the richest man. Hold on, please, 1 minute. So, welcome, brother. So, if the opportunity given to Dangote is divided into two and give him one, he said that he is going to be the richest man on earth. Do you know what it means? It means that even Dangote is not doing well because of the kind of opportunity that is given to him. Try it with an Igbo man. Just give us half. Call one Igbo man, give him half of the opportunity you gave to Dangote. Then you will see how he's going to turn over whatever Dangote have made for the past 20-30 years within 6 months. Or they are in Oboro. It is a God gift. We do not buy it from the market. We do not ask for it. It was a gift from above, bestowed on us, and nobody can take it. That is why when I see our people fighting us, dragging us, thinking that they want to bring us down, the more you try it, the more we move forward. Some of you did not know that the first richest man in Africa is an Igbo man. The first richest man in the whole Africa, the first millionaire, or should I say billionaire in Africa, is an Igbo man, Sir Louis Ojukwu. Thank you so much, Endless Kachukwu, for reminding me this. The first. He made his money single-handedly. Are you still seeing St. Louis Sugar? Do you know that he's the owner of St. Louis Sugar? Are you aware? Okay, you are not aware. Where is St. Louis Sugar today? It's nowhere to be found. It is only, Dangote Sugar that you have everywhere. Because heat in them, let me bring fan close. Let me put on fan. Please hold on. Yes, I am back. Great Biafrans. I'm sorry for the little interruption. You know, it's getting stuffy here, so I have to put on the fan so that I will receive fresh air. I'm drinking water. I don't wear mask. I'm from Jibril. Yes, one of American now. So, my brother, what is her name? He said, Too many messages are coming in. Too many messages are coming in. Too many messages. Okay. Endless Kachuku also said Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is from Ogwashi Delta, but she is married to a man from Abia State. Ogwashi Delta. Ogwashi Delta. Ogwashi Delta. When was Delta created? Who were they before they called them Delta? They were Anioma people. The creation of states was the beginning of division among us. I said so. Then Mazi Ikenna Ekwuno said, I was in Switzerland in the year 2001. I read an article which analyzing the Igbo people, our way of life, our religion, our language, and our population as of then. Then I say Igbos. Then I said Igbo people, our way of life, okay, Igbo religion and our language and our population as of then. Then I say Igbos alone are more than 75 million. No argument. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for that message. Thank you very, very much for that message. Dan Ferems Nwankwo say, I love you, my leader, so much. I love my leader so much. Yes, everybody loves Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Nwachineke, Godwin Okonkwo say, Nwachineke, Biafra must be restored in our lifetime. He say, yes, it must. It must. It's a must. It's a must. Biafra will be restored in our life. Then Ikenna Ekwuno say, upon the Igbos are the richest tribe in Nigeria. Of course, that is who we are. We are the richest. You cannot argue it. You cannot argue it. You cannot argue it. We are the richest. In every family in Igbo land, there is a millionaire. In any family in Igbo land, there is a millionaire. Take it to the bank. Take that word to the bank and collect the money. Okay? We have the highest number of millionaires and billionaires. As long as this Africa is concerned, nobody can compete with us. Now, Nanchikota, let me put this together. I want to close this video, but before I close it, let me put it together. The truth is that Magnus Oraka, who have provoked me to do this video, doesn't know his true history. If he does know his true history, he will not come out to make such utterances using IPOB to shine. And I have told you before, and I'm repeating it again, that you should go and organize 200 people, stage a rally right in your community, just only 5 kilometers. Video yourself with Biafra flag, then tag me. I will hail you. By then I will recognize you. But for now, you said that we are a media warrior. It is that same media that brought you, that made me to know who you are. If not because of media, I wouldn't have known you, because you are a nobody. If you know you, I just know you as a noisemaker. You just talk, speak grammar. Bros, listen. Too much grammar no be too much sense. Over grammar no be over sense. No be person wey speak grammar pass. No be get sense pass. Akọna uche bife Chineke nyere mmadụ ji ebi ndụ. So don't just come to think that because you have blown some of your grammatical edandum and think that you can come and talk about Biafra and people will support you, then you turn back, begin to fight the same people that supported you. It will not work, because we are a great people. Somebody like me will do. I will demolish you. I will destroy you completely. I know you have gotten this message, and I wait for you to do another video. Then I will tell you your history from your father to your mother's home, and what you have done so far in your life, pure and direct. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever you want to do it, but leave IPOB out of this. You are talking about 100 million people when you mention IPOB, including yourself. Our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the arrowhead of the struggle. So any insult you want to rain, don't mention IPOB again. Let this be the first and last of your life to mention IPOB or to tag this movement to any of your brouhaha, any of your nonsense. If you bring it up, we will respond to you. Urhobo are great people. I love them. Our sister from Urhobo is doing greatly well from France. She's propagating this message of Biafran restoration. She's doing greatly. In fact, she is excellent. She is very, very excellent. In fact, I love her. I love her so much. Those are the kind of people I want to mingle with. Not idiot like you, that when they give you 20,000 naira, you come and be talking nonsense. On this juncture, I want to say thank you to all Biafrans. Those that have watched this video, you are owing me one thing. Just click the share button. Share it to the end of the world. Let everybody know that I have given him his message, and I have challenged him also to organize 200 men from his village and host a rally. When he does that, then I'll be able to recognize him. But for now, he is a nobody. Thank you very much, and God bless you. I remain your brother, President Chukwubuikem, Okpele Chukwubuikem. I salute. Thank you.